Showtime Shawn Porter came out and stated that Errol Spence, the Truth Jr., is not a top 3 welterweight. According to Shawn Porter, he feel like he's a top 3 welterweight. He also added Manny Pacquiao to the list, and of course, no other than his best friend, pound for pound #1, Terrence the Bug Crawford. He kept Errol Spence out of the list, and he claimed that he beat Errol Spence. That's why he's on the list and not Errol Spence. So that being said, let's talk about it. How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? Pieces and blessings upon all my Akhis and all my sisters out there. Welcome to Akhi TV. If you want to be part of the family, then go ahead and subscribe below. If you're trying to get smarter by the minute, if you're trying to get dumber by the second, and don't, and listen to these decals/old media. Now, shout out to DBN for starting new media, and let's get straight to it. However, for the casual fans that want to become hardcore boxing fans, all you have to do is attend the Akhi University every Sunday on Split Decision for free. All you have to do is click on the notification bell to get notified every time we post or go live on Split Decision exclusively on Akhi TV. So let's go ahead and dive into the business at hand. Now, Shawn Porter stating that Errol Spence is not a top 3 welterweight when PBC, when ESPN, when Ring Magazine, and anybody, including a baby in his mom's stomach, know that Errol Spence is the #1 welterweight. And Shawn Porter want to disagree because he felt like he won the Errol Spence fight. It's not a good claim, to say the least, because if you go to court with that, you're losing that regardless of what kind of lawyers you bring into the table. Now, the reason why Shawn Porter is not making a good case for himself is because even when he went on Max Kellerman on boxing, he had an interview with him, obviously, and he stated that he really lost the Kell Brook fight. He really lost the Keith Thurman fight. However, he did not lose the Errol Spence fight. Deep inside, at least that's how he feel. So Shawn Porter is allowed to feel however he wants to feel. But one thing for sure, you have to separate emotion from logic. When you bring in facts to the table, you have to stick with that. You can't just bring your opinion and not support it with facts. Because one thing for sure, Errol Spence was more dominant than the Keith Thurman and the Kell Brook. Of course, the Kell Brook fight was more cleaner because Kell Brook held like 100 times. However, the Keith Thurman fight, on the other hand, was definitely closer. And nobody managed to drop Shawn Porter in a close fight. Of course, Broner dropped him, but it wasn't close. So that being said, Errol Spence managed to drop Shawn Porter in a fight that he was winning 8 rounds to 4. So plus the knockdown, it just created that gap that it just cannot be a win for Shawn Porter, regardless of how you look at it. Of course, there were some closer rounds, but you have to give it not to the A side, not to the B side, but to the one that's doing more work, the one that's landing the better punches, the one that's landing more punches. I mean, Errol Spence outlanded Shawn Porter on a lot of them rounds. So if a round is close, like I said it for the 1,000th times, and Errol Spence lands like 25 punches, Shawn Porter lands like 15 punches, even though Shawn Porter threw more punches than Errol Spence, you got to give Errol Spence credit for his defense. So he gets that round regardless of Shawn Porter performing better than he did in the previous round, or better than you thought he would have had performed, because a lot of people had Errol Spence maybe stopping Shawn Porter or just watching Shawn Porter. So you have to give the round to the person that really won the round and not be emotionally attached. So, of course, Shawn Porter has to claim he won the fight so he could get a big rematch, and Errol Spence is the cash cow of the division. But when you claim Keith Thurman won the fight, when you claim Kell Brook beat you, then you can't really make a case for yourself that you won the Errol Spence fight. And after the fight, Shawn Porter said he's not going to make excuses. But now he's saying that he won the fight. So like I said, of course, that's what you're supposed to claim. But maybe it has something to do with Errol Spence telling him before the fight that he has more dog than him. And fight night, he showed him that he had more dog than him because he fought exactly the same way he stated leading up to the fight. And that's he's going to go forward and show that he has more dog than Shawn Porter. A lot of people felt that Errol Spence was capping, but there is no capping in his game because he did exactly what he told us he will do. So maybe that's why Shawn Porter felt, or to him, it feels more personal because Errol Spence beat him at his own game, unlike Keith Thurman, who fought his fight. So maybe it's more personal because of the trash talk leading up to the fight. And of course, we never seen Shawn Porter so outspoken before. And maybe Errol Spence kind of went and challenged his manhood in a way. And of course, he was such an underdog when it ended up being a classic fight. It was a surprise to Shawn Porter himself. So maybe it's all of the above. But one thing for sure, Shawn Porter is not making a case for himself because Errol Spence has his strap. And like he told Shawn Porter right after the fight, I should get that green suit and a chain since I took your strap from you. And guess what else Errol Spence has? It's the IBF strap. The same belt that Shawn Porter lost to Kell Brook in his own hometown when Kell Brook came from the UK to the US and actually beat Shawn Porter. However, on the other hand, Errol Spence went to the UK and had 30,000 fans throwing brownies at him and went into the ring and knocked out Kell Brook in front of his own fans in his own hometown. And after the fight, he ate brownies that they were throwing at him just because he being petty. So, like I said, that's why Shawn Porter is not making a good case for himself, because the guy he lost to when he was undefeated, Kell Brook, Errol Spence knocked out. The guy, Lamar Pearson, that claimed that was going to give Errol Spence a tough fight, Errol Spence washed him. He washed Mikey Garcia as well. Then when Mikey fought Errol Spence and survived because he wasn't trying to win, he was looking to survive, that gave a lot of courage to these welterweights to step into the ring with Errol Spence because a light welterweight did it. So since that was the case, Shawn Porter fought him and lost his straps. And Errol Spence has the IBF and the WBC, the same straps that Shawn Porter previously owned. However, he's the former champion. Errol Spence is the current champion and still undefeated. And still the cash cow. It might land that Manny Pacquiao mega fight. It might land that Terrence Crawford fight if he's 100%. So that being said, the sky's the limit for Errol Spence. On the other hand, Shawn Porter, he a good fighter. He's on the top 5. But facts say, and I know facts sometimes they do hurt because it's the truth. Shawn Porter had a close fight with Ugas where a lot of people felt Ugas won the fight. Shawn Porter lost to Keith Thurman. Shawn Porter lost to Kell Brook. So that being said, you can't be a top 3 welterweight when the number 1 guy, Errol Spence, beat you and beat the guy that took the IBF strap from you. And that's why I said it's not a good case. And it sounds like Shawn Porter is still petty from the loss and the trash talk leading up to the fight between him and Errol Spence. I should say, I'm sorry. But regardless of any of that, it still was a classic fight. The fight of the year, according to new media and us, split decision. And of course, Akhi himself as well. So that being said, shout out to both. But at the end of the day, we know the truth is the number 1 welterweight, Terrence Crawford, is the pound for pound number 1. Hopefully that's the fight of the decade and they will clash sooner than later. That being said, drop your comments below on what Shawn Porter had to say. And subscribe below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute, if you're trying to get dumber by the second. Don't listen to these casual fans / old media. And of course, if you're a casual fan and want to graduate from the Akhi University, all you have to do is click on the notification bell to get notified every time we post on Split Decision. We got real life professors like Professor Nim teaching at the Akhi University for free. So that being said, tune in to Split Decision every Sunday live, and hopefully one day at the end of the year, y'all will graduate and become hardcore boxing fans. So appreciate everybody for tuning in, and follow my man Lunatune for the funniest boxing memes. I will leave his link in the description box below. Also follow me at Akhi TV on Instagram. All these links will be in the description box below, including the Akhi TV merch. If you want to be dripped up like the Akhi be on Split Decision, shout out to DBN. Shout out to Dante for starting the new media, the future and the present and the past of boxing. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace. Peace, and we out.